Hi, it's me, Shazia Anjum. I'm your host, and today I'm going to speak about business activities. Due to COVID-19, many businesses have been suffered, and many people are wondering how to start business, how to carry on their business activities, whatever they've been doing before, and now as a system seems to be changing, and now people are getting worried, specifically business people are getting worried how to start work from home and how to carry on their business in this pandemic of COVID-19. We are joined by business specialist and also high performance business coach today, and we welcome Ritika Gupta Chaudhary, who has been conducting her business from home, and now we are going to share some of the knowledge for you people, and we welcome Ritika Gupta to our show. Thank you so much, Ritika, to join us in this show.
Thank you so much, Shazia. Thank you. My pleasure.
Tell us about business changes and how you are coping with the business in this COVID-19, how you are coping with the business, what activities you have changed, and what you are doing now to just move on in your business line. As you have been coaching other people for these business activities, I really want you to share your knowledge with the audience or viewers.
Ab- Absolutely, absolutely, Shazia. So, Shazia, for me, I think the first and the foremost thing for any business is to kind of keep mentally sane. And many people are going really anxious, overwhelmed. And the first thing I want to address here is that we need to look after our minds. We really need to look after our bodies. In these tough times, we know there are challenges, and everybody of us are in the same boat. But the first thing we need to really worry about is to keeping ourselves well and sane. Because if that's not going to happen, then we will not be able to see the opportunities that they're there, because we are already in our minds overwhelmed, stressed, and hence can't think right. So I think that's the first thing that I do for myself. So I meditate every morning. I get up, I look after myself, I go for a walk. So I have some time to myself before my family wakes up, because we are all home together, and everybody of us is home. We have responsibilities, additional responsibilities that we are managing along with running our businesses. So literally looking after yourself every morning, having a morning routine with exercise, meditation, setting your goals is so important. So that's what I do to keep myself sane every morning.
Are you saying there is a relationship between exercising and doing your business effectively if you want to enhance your productivity? So, are you advising people to keep themselves fit and healthy in terms of doing business productively and effectively?
Absolutely. So most of my clients, they are not suffering because of the lack of business. Yes, there is a lack of business. Yes, there is a shutdown, but they're suffering more emotionally and mentally. Like they come to me and they say, "We're so overwhelmed. I don't know how to manage my child, cooking, and I'm emotionally so suffocated." And even people who have running businesses and that are not affected are suffering because of their mental state, because of their lack of physical activity. So that's why I brought this up. First thing, yes, there are other things that you need to do to keep your business productive, but are you really going to run a business if you're not looking after your own self first?
So, in terms of just making your business productive, what advice will you give to audience or viewers?
Well, okay. The first thing I've already shared with you is to kind of have a morning routine, set yourself goals. I think for your business, it is very important. Now things have changed. The goals that they must have set for themselves beforehand are maybe not relevant today. So kind of have a look back and see things have changed. I can't do all, three, four, five activities of the goals that I've previously set for myself. So in this current challenge, what can I do differently? So sitting down and analyzing what has happened and how to move forward and setting yourself new goals, I think that's number one step to keep yourself productive in business. Um, So
Yes,
I'll
you've said quite rightly, setting goals, because it's very important setting goals. Now system has been changed and now environment has been changed. People's dealings in terms of business have been changed as well. So the people who do not change themselves will be might be suffering in future. So in terms of changing goal setting, do you not think when people change their goals in terms of business, so will it take some time for them to start again, or are you suggesting the same business can be carried on, but with the different skills and different mindset? What would you say in terms of that?
Well, that completely depends, Shazia. Thank you for the question. That completely depends on the nature of the business. There are some businesses that completely have to go. Say, for example, travel industry. People can't really do any business in travel industry. But even in travel industry, people might not be able to sell travel packages. But what else can they do? They can probably sit down, one, plan for when pandemic is going to get over, everybody will want to travel. I'm just taking one industry as an example, which has been massively affected, which is travel and hospitality and hotels and everything. So for those people who can't do any business, sitting down and worrying about it's I'm not having business, or they have another choice. Can I prepare myself so well that when everything is over, I'll make up for all my losses that I'm going through right now? And what can they do? Obviously, they're going to have to come up. I'm not very familiar with the travel industry, but what can they do? Can they actually start researching about new areas, new places where people can go after the pandemic is over, when people really want to go, some short holiday trips, and then talk about it on video? Go onto your Facebook, go on to do a webinar, go on to other people's platforms and talk just like we are talking here, and say, this is what I'm planning with my business, and as soon as this is over, I'm going to do this. So that's one advice for people who have completely shut their business down, is to kind of think, be creative.
So, in terms of, for example, many people are doing different types of business. So, some people they do business, but it depends whether their business is relying on to the technology, or their business were delivering a manual product. So, if people's business is not based on terminology, the legal technology, then do you not think that it will be irrelevant for them to dig into the digital platform, or do you think that every business can be done by using a digital platform? So, what do you think about that, Ritika?
Okay, so to answer that question, Shazia, the two main elements of any business, whether they are service based or product based, is marketing and to an extent PR. So if you are not selling anything, no products, and it's not about you're not providing a service like I do, like an advice service or a coaching or a consulting service or online, even then, if you stay visible and build your brand during this time, when you actually start selling stuff again, will people not think about you because you've been visible and others in your industry haven't been? So this
So
is
I
for
completely
businesses who.
agree. I completely agree. You've said quite rightly that every business in this era, every business needs marketing. Every business needs selling. And if you are visible, you are impactful, you are using this platform, whether or not there was any COVID-19, but still you would have been able to grow your business. Now, this is the excellent opportunity for you, for all the viewers and audience who have been doing business, whether they've been doing business manually or they've been doing business on digital platform. So this is time for you people to enhance your skills and change your complete system of working. And you need to adopt your new habits, because when you adopt your new habits, when you just to come on to the new system of you using a digital platform. Not only you should be able to grow your business, but also you are going to be creating some difference in this market, and you will be recognized as an authority in this market. I think Ritika has said quite rightly. Every business needs marketing. Every business needs a selling, and the digital platform, using digital platform, will take you not only one step, two steps further, but many steps ahead of other people. If you really want to be successful, I think this is the best advice Ritika has given in terms of using or enhancing your business skills. Ritika, you've just explained to me, told me before that you are going to deliver a speech on a platform. Would you just try? Would you just tell me what kind of platform that is and how it can help viewers right now in terms of enhancing their business skills?
Absolutely. So as I said, every business will have different requirements. But if it's a service-based business where you can use online platforms to give advice, consultancy, or any kind of like online classes, for example, like gym owners, or if you are a teacher, you can still give your advice over online platforms. And the platforms that I use, are the major one that I use is Zoom. But there is another platform which is Loom, which is a platform where you can screen record a tutorial, for example. Say, for example, if you're an expert in your area and at the moment physically you can't see anybody, you can still use presentation slides and go through like the tutorial, record that on your computer and send it out to your audience. That's one way of doing it. And many people are doing it. Trust me, I'll tell you something. I have a client who's a gym owner, and he can't run his gym. So what he did is his premium clients that used to come to the gym, he offered them to lease or the gym equipment. So he said, you know what, I know you're really keen on your fitness and you're going to be missing out on it. I'm happy to kind of sanitize, clean my equipment and leave it in your house so you can use it, and you can pay me rent for the time that it is there for you. And alongside it, to help you carry on with your regime, I can give you online, personal lessons for the personal gym people. They give those personal PT lessons, personal trainers. So he goes, he does that, and he's making probably more money now than he was making when he was running the gym. So it's about thinking about ways of for kind of thinking, and again brings me back to the point. If you are not overwhelmed and stressed, you are not going to come up with those creative ideas. You're not going to think outside the box. So look after yourself,
Yes,
stay
that
calm.
could be one of the most important things actually to run your business. But in terms of just enhancing productivity of your business or of marketing, of selling your products, what actually knowledge and what expertise will you like to tell me in terms of marketing skills, in terms of selling skills?
Absolutely. So, marketing and selling. Well, I am in the process of learning and growing more and more about marketing, and this opportunity came to me because of the lockdown. And I have now so many people, marketing people, offering cheap, valuable information online. So look out for it. Really look out for people who are offering marketing advice for no price whatsoever. So look out for the marketing courses. But the few tips that I can give you, Shazia, are you with me? Yeah, I thought I lost you. So
Yes,
a
I
few
am.
tips that
I'm
brilliant.
listening
Thank you. So
you. I'm just trying to convey your information to the viewers, even though you can't see me sometime on screen, but still you can make sure that I'm listening to you and I'm making points as well.
absolutely, no problem, Shazia. So yes, with marketing, I think what's worked really well for me is to, if you have an audience, brilliant. There are some people who don't have their audience because they were never online before. So the way to use marketing is to leverage other people's audience. So think of people who can benefit from the services that you
So,
offer.
what do you
So
mean
think
by leverage? Because many people wouldn't know what does this mean by leverage.
absolutely, leveraging means that finding out somebody else who has the audience, that can benefit from your product or your content, and then doing a joint venture with them and saying, I know you offer this particular service to your audience, but what I offer will also be of use. So can I come on your platform, like a LinkedIn page or a Facebook group, and share my valuable advice, and then we can have opportunity to work together. So that's a brilliant, brilliant way of starting completely fresh on social media, even if you don't have an audience. Many people say, oh, I can't do anything on marketing on social media because I don't have an audience. If you don't have an audience, then find out who has the audience that will be interested in your product, and you can joint venture with people and do stuff collectively and be of good to people. That's one of the things. And
Do you not
similarly,
think
you can.
that creating a joint venture would mean that you will have to have your product? So, creating product, do you think it's very easy task to create a product, or what advice will you give in terms of creating a product to deliver other people or to deliver the audience onto other platforms?
Thank you, Shazia. So creating products, again, there are various ways you can create products, and there are some good easy ways and there are some difficult ways. So people, I understand that some people are not comfortable on the camera. They don't want to record their videos, they don't want to get out there. So for that, as I explained, there are softwares like Loom where you can use a presentation, you can still use your voice and deliver that product, and that's super easy. Make a PowerPoint presentation,
So, can you give
start
me
the
some
Loom.
examples of a product, or what kind of a products people can be using for this type of business? So, tell me the examples.
Webinars is one of them. So you can make your
And
webinars like
subjects,
an hour.
what subjects will it is it going to be?
Raja, that will completely depend on your expertise. Whatever you are an expert in, talk about that. If you are, say, for example, if you're a beautician, for example, if you run a parlor, make a webinar about doing things from home. Like how can you do facial at
So,
home? How
showing
can you do your.
practical demonstration and creating your videos, giving sharing your knowledge on in terms of separate contents. For example, you've just given the example of beautician. If somebody is beautician and they want to create webinars, they can either take their client's example and create videos on a on their skills base, or what they can do, they can just record their knowledge and show by slides or by any other their pre-recorded videos, so that they can convey their knowledge to the other people by using the other people's audience or platform. For example, Ritika has given just example of LinkedIn, Zoom, Loom, all other platforms. It may be some other people may have been working in the same area. So you can just joint venture mean when you can come to an agreement and you share like as a partnership, you can work with them. So I have got this product. I'm working in this area. Will you provide me your platform in terms of providing my services, and then you can do share profiting, isn't it? So in terms of incentive, I think you will have to offer something to the other platform. What would you say, Ritika, in terms of this?
Absolutely, absolutely. There has to be a win-win in every joint venture. It has to work both ways. So, say for example, I'll give you my example. I'm a business coach, and I coach people to get the best performance out of them, and they reach their goals much faster than they would without my help, right? But again, there is another aspect. When you're dealing with human performance, there are so many other things. I personally believe thoroughly in hypnotherapy. Like that, we as human beings have gone through so much trauma, and sometimes that trauma is in our subconscious mind, and sometimes coaching alone is not enough, or maybe it is, but it will take a bit more time. So I feel like some of my clients can really benefit from having like a hypnotherapy session to remove their limiting beliefs. So if a hypnotherapist comes to me and says, Ritika, I know you coach business people. I have this product where I can eliminate limiting beliefs from people's mind in one session, and they can move forward really, really forward in one session. Would you like to join venture with me? So I have a win-win where there is a gap in my service. that's getting fulfilled. And I can now present to my clients and say, even if she's a new one, and I say, look, I'm not going to I can't offer you any payment for this, but at least she's getting in front of people. So I am offering an additional service to my clients, and she is getting the visibility to my audience. So that's a win-win situation.
So how do you profit? I mean, do you have to do profit sharing, or how would you work?
Absolutely. So if that person's really high in experience and they want to share profit, then we can say, fine, this is my product, this is your product. Let's do a combined product and price it, and then we'll share the profit from it. So you can do that, definitely profit share. But
So
again,
finding a trustworthy partner, business partner. I think people can also display their services through social media. They can also offer, look, I'm ready to enter into joint venture. Will you accept my services on your platform? I think people are going to reach you on in one way or the other way, because now this is the social media age, and whenever you tweet something, whenever you post something, whenever you create something, people notice from there. Even people are getting recruited through social media. So when people just think, oh, this is the social media, we are going to create a post, but nobody is going to notice it. It's just for fun. In these days, it doesn't happen like this way. So people are taking social media very seriously. And if somebody is giving any misleading information, if somebody is giving some kind of information which is not true, I think you can also be taken to the court if you are giving misleading information. So you have to be very, very careful in terms of business dealing. Is the similar situation like you create your business without social media, you've been creating your business without social media platform. So similar thing, you have to look after all the rules, all the regulations, so that you can make sure you find trustworthy people, you deliver your services, you are not mistaken by any facts, and you take it you don't take it for granted. So this is very important. Even though these platforms are there for you people to take a benefit from here, but it doesn't mean you should be abusing the system, or you should be just taking it for granted. So very, 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 very nice information from Ritika Chaudhary, who has just explained very well. I'm just trying to make it in other way around so that people understand very well in simple words. So Ritika has just explained viewers two things. So what I can understand from her conversation in terms of, because obviously she has been high business performance coach, and she is coaching. She is delivering her speech on where you're delivering speech, Ritika.
So I am delivering a workshop for managers in PayPal.
How will you deliver
The
your workshop through social media, or how will you do it, your workshop from your home?
Yes, from my home, absolutely. In this same place, I'm just going to be sitting here going through my slides with like about 40 to 45 managers there. But I'm using their system at the moment because it's a very big company. They have their own video system, so they're going to send me a link that I join in, and then I shared my slides, my PowerPoint presentation. But usually, when I do workshop with my clients, I use Zoom. So Zoom is a very easy platform. You download Zoom, you log in, and you have an ID, like a number ID, and you send that to the person, or multiple people you want to send it to,
So
and they
what's
can
the
all
topic of
log
what's the topic of your presentation?
in. It is about increasing your wellness and effectiveness during this time of COVID.
Okay, so it's in terms of increasing your skills of business. So how can you improve your business skills?
No, because it's a corporate company. It's not about improving your business skills. It's about increasing your effectiveness and productivity at work, basically. So, absolutely, what I've been talking about, and I'm very passionate about, is keeping yourself really in the same place and organize yourself. Set yourself daily goals.
So is your workshop going to be for a couple of hours, or is it going to be presentations? How does it work?
It's going to be for an hour because these are very, very busy people we are talking to. So I had this challenge of making this workshop really effective, and short, because I have to give them a lot of information, but at the same time do not want to overwhelm them. So I had this challenge of fitting everything in an hour. So that's how I'm doing it.
So is it going to be just a one-off information, or is it just a first step of a presentation to that company?
It's going to be the first step. Fingers crossed. I'm looking for more work.
Okay, that's brilliant. Viewers, in terms of high productivity in your business, Ritika has shared very transparently some of the tips for your business. And the first one, what I've just liked, she said, uh, whatever business you are doing, you need to take it to the next step. And in this COVID-19, in this pandemic, people are just sitting at home. You can still create your business. You can still create your activities and productivity in your business whilst staying at home. You don't have to wait for this COVID-19 to be finished. You don't have to waste your time, and you don't have to look at somebody who will come and hold your hand and will take you out. Okay, come out and do this business. You will have to take initiative, you will have to take steps, and also you will have to recognize your potential. Whatever you are doing, wherever you are doing, you have got your expertise, you have got your knowledge, and also you have a product within you which you don't realize. So this session we are doing actually to uplift some whales from your project, from your thinking, and also from your creativity. Because some people, they think oh, they are not enough to enter into this type of business. So exactly, that's why we are sharing with you through our guest, so that you can get motivated, you can get some tips, and also you move forward. Ritika, tell me about yourself a little bit. Since when you are in business, how many years it's been since you are in business?
When you say business, I've been in business for the last 8 years now, but that's including my property journey. Like, I'm a property investor, so I started investing in property in 2012, and then I started coaching about a couple of years ago now. So that's been my journey since. And
So you are
I
investing
actually
in property, and are you taking properties to rent them out, or how does it work?
So I do HMOs and I do flips. So there's are two strategies. HMOs basically are houses of multiple occupation. So you have one house, but you rent it room by room. And I find that much better than doing buy
And
to
is it
let
your
because
home, or you can just? I think some people they rent out home, and then further they create project, and then they
that's
give
a
it to other people. How do you work?
that's brilliant. Shazia, thank you. That's a completely different strategy that's called rent to rent. So that will mean that you take somebody's house on a guaranteed rent, like you pay them a lower rent than the market, and then you then rent that room room by room, and then you make more profit, and then you give away the guaranteed rent, but you still have money left afterwards. But that's a completely different strategy. I don't do that. I buy my own houses and I make HMOs out of it.
So you buy homes and you give it on rent. You let it out.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
But
So
rent
you are not
Shazia
in the
should,
business of buying and selling, right? It's just renting out.
no, I am. So as I said, the other strategy that I am in is flips. So what I am getting into, and I'm doing a project now, is to buy like a commercial property, whether that's a pub or a church, and convert it into like about maybe 12, 15 flats, and then sell them off. So that's another strategy that I do as well.
Right. So you convert the property and then you sell it out on to different customers. You get one big property, you convert it into small different structures, and then you rent it out. This is what you're telling.
Yeah, either rent it out or sell it out, whichever.
Okay.
So
Okay, cool.
everything
So
works on numbers.
right. So you have been in the business since the last 8 years, right? Since 2012. Um, when did you change your business? For example, when did you become a coach, high performance business coach?
That's about a couple of years ago, and it's after my property journey was successful. I was really good at what I was doing, and I wanted an outlet because The reason I got into coaching with Shazia is funny because I was always coaching my husband, and he actually made a lot of progress. And he said to me, "You know what? You've got so much
So
to give to other
is it
people. You might."
easy in getting coached, or I mean, does he get irritated, or how do you teach him? Or how do you actually
No,
coach him?
you can't coach your husband. So that's the reason I went into coaching, because he goes, "You've got so much to give. Why don't you
So
give it
in
to
terms
other
of
people?"
what? In terms of cooking food, in terms of babysitting, or what have you been coaching him?
No, so basically he's grown massively in his career, in the banking career. So I was always after his life, like, why don't you do this courses? Why don't you do, like, I've got him into the morning routine now with me, and he looks after himself. He does goal settings, and even when he wanted to change career, he was really feeling bad with his career where he was when I got married to him. And I said to him, "But why can't we do this? And why can't we do this?" And I kind of gave him that spirit and the motivation to look up, aim high,
So does he
and
adopt
then
whatever you tell him? So does he adopt, or does he just, I mean, listen to it and that's it?
I'm not going to lie here. It brings up so many difficulties because of the ego of the relationship. You're a wife, I'm a husband. You don't tell me what I have to do. But at the end of the day, when we fight over it, and he still ends up
So
doing
what's your
it, but he
reaction then? Because why I'm just saying, because many husbands are like this. I've heard of stories from my other friends, colleagues, mates. Whenever they ask their husband to do something, it's a matter of their ego, and they don't accept very effectively. They think somebody is just getting on us, and they get
absolutely,
irritated.
absolutely. He used to actually leave the room, bang doors, and say, "Leave me alone," and blah blah blah. And at the end of the day, he would know what I'm saying is right, so he would do it, but he would make it his own. Like, I want to do this now, and he'll do it. But
You
he
mean
knew
a
he took.
wife should carry on even if their husband don't listen to them?
I did. I did. I persisted. I was like, you shout at me. You do whatever you want to do. I know this is good, and you should do it. And he actually was very annoyed, but he did. The best part is that even after getting annoyed, even after our fights, he actually listened to me and he did it. Like, although with a lot of difficulty, but when he actually did a few times and he got results, then he was happy about it. But even
So
today,
whenever he
yeah,
gets a result, then he gets happier, and then he listens to me more
well, I
by
think
the time.
there are two things. When he gets results, he's happy. In his happiness, he will say, "Ritika, you've helped me so much." But the next time over, when I tell him something again, he will still fight with me. So that's the thing.
But some people even don't accept it. They don't accept that somebody's done really well for them. Anyway, this is another story. Um, okay, so I was just my question was actually, when did you start your high performance business coach? When did you come into this field, coaching field?
That's about so unofficially about a couple of years ago. But then at that time I had no qualifications. But of course, in having done my coached my husband, I knew I could coach people, so I started coaching other people. Then last year I did a couple of courses and I certified myself as a coach. And now I've kind of made this official, and I'm now taking it online. Before that, it was word of mouth business for me.
So did you create your product? How long does it take? Did it take to create this product?
Wow, it does take some time, Shazia, to be honest. It does take time to create this signature program that you want. You can coach anybody on anything, but if you want to have a signature program, you need to be really clear on your audience. Who's your audience? What's the pain of the audience that you are solving? And how do you intend to solve it? So when you have clarity on all of that, then you start narrowing down the concepts, the ideas, and then put like sticky notes on the thing on the wall and say, this is my concept one, this is my concept two, this is my concept three, and you're gonna change it around 100 times before it becomes perfect.
Yeah. So how did you create your actually this product? Have you read so many books before creating it, or did you create it from your previous experience? Because you have been in this business since the last 8 years. So did you actually use your expertise from the last 8 years, or did you study so many books in terms of getting some ideas, or was it just mixed up?
It's book reading for me is my favorite growth strategy, because the more books you read, the more knowledge you have, and you automatically become like a knowledge machine. So I would recommend you should at least read a book a month, and then kind of use your knowledge. And it's not just because you want to give away knowledge to other people, it's good for your own growth, own business growth
Hmm.
as well,
No,
and personal
I'm just
growth.
thinking if somebody else has to create any product in terms of business, so what advice will you give them? Do they, I mean, need to read some books, and also do they need to get some experience in business, or what advice will you give to them?
So it depends again on the industry that you're talking about. It completely depends. But if you want to create a product, you think you have knowledge of something and you want to create a product, I would say go to an expert who's done it and take their knowledge and do it. That's the quickest way of doing it. Yes, you can look at YouTube videos, you can read books, you can do online courses, but it's going to be a bit of a longer process for you. If you want to do it really fast, really quick, go to the person who's already done it, been there, done it, and learn from that person, and then create your product.
So what's the specific business in terms of delivering your speech on next week? So what's the, I mean, company's project, or what's the subject of their business?
So I wouldn't want to go into too much detail about the company because I don't have permission to talk about it. But the subject that I am
No,
talking
in terms
about
of
is
your
about.
presentation, I know it's going to be on high performance, but in terms of what kind of businesses do you adopt, or do you choose when you want to give out your presentation? What type of businesses? Are they going to be technology based, or they're going to be any, I mean, IT based? What kind of businesses do you select?
Thank you, Shazia. So for me, I don't limit myself to a specific industry, because at the end of the day, every business needs the similar skills, and you will adapt. Every time I coach my client, I will have to adapt to their needs. So I'm not really, originally, I do small businesses. So when I look for my clients actively, I'm looking for small businesses. But this opportunity just came to me and I thought, wow, that's amazing, because they wanted me to talk about it. They wanted me to do it. I was like, okay, I haven't done this before, but I will do it for you because you really want me to.
So how many
So
business you are doing right now? I mean, one is property, investment in property. Just tell me, I mean, did it affect property business since COVID-19?
many people, you go and ask my own in-laws, they own an estate agency here in London, and for them their business is really affected. But the way I look at any business is that there is an opportunity in any economy, any circumstance, and I'm still finding deals. I'm still working, I'm still doing projects. So for me, it hasn't. Look, the key is, and the reason why I'm going back to look after your wellness first, look after your mind first, because if you are overwhelmed, the easiest thing to do is to escape and say, these are tough times, I can't do anything else. But if you are looking after yourself, you will say, fine, this is not working. What can I do
Okay,
differently?
coming
And that's
back
what
to your special skills, coming back to your special tips you were going to give in today's show. So first, I understood you've just spoken about the wellness, well-being, and keeping yourself healthy. So what's the second tip in short term? Because I think
well,
I've taken so much of your time in terms of the other activities, in terms of the other businesses, for example, your property investment, your learning in your business, and also coaching your husband. Just tell me the second tip of the business for high performance.
for us, well, I didn't take note and I actually didn't give you specific tips. It was all very conversational. But I think we talked about wellness, looking after yourself, being creative. If you can't do business one way, be creative and see what you actually can do if you can't. Go and learn marketing, online marketing, because this is a new age. This pandemic has created an open doors for every business to go online. So if you don't know online marketing, go and learn online marketing, because that's going to take you to the next level in your business. And then in the temporary phase, think about how you can change your business from not working to working in the short term, and prepare yourself so thoroughly, being absolutely present and visible to your audience. So marketing for yourself. So whatever platform you can do. The other thing I think we talked about was joint ventures. If you don't have an online audience, then who has your audience that you can joint venture with? And then I think start small, do something small, just start with 3-minute videos, just record yourself, or try different softwares like Zoom, Loom, to reach out to your audience and make video tutorials for whatever area you are expert in. You can do it. So I think that's pretty much it. But I think the courage, the motivation, and the kind of mindset that you need to have is the key thing in this challenging time.
Yes, in terms of motivation, many employees, many organization, when they start some project, they get stuck into the project because they don't have innovation in their business to help. You have to have innovation actually to run your business effectively. Some people start their businesses and they just earn thousands pounds. Some people start their businesses and they go to millions pound. So in terms of innovation, you've said quite rightly that it's very important for any organization to look into innovation, and also to encourage your employee, to give them incentive, to give them happiness, so that they can just they can think that this business belong to them, and they get into their businesses. Many big organizations, for example, many big companies around the world, when we see that they give their employees so much incentive in terms of their salary, in terms of their bonuses, in terms of their holidays, when employees are happy, then they give their 100% energy to the businesses. But if employees are not happy, then, and if also they don't give any energy to businesses, then obviously businesses get stuck and you don't get any much profit from the business. In terms of taxes, Ritika, in terms of taxes, what would you say? Anything? Would you like to add up anything in terms of taxes?
Well, I don't know much about taxes because that's the part that my partner handles. But if you're asking about government subsidies, then for many businesses, there are so many government subsidies out there. It's worth checking the government's website. It's worth even calling your bank, because the banks are giving away interest free loans to business owners. So go and check out for what is available for you to be able to grow your business in these challenging times. Call your bank, go onto government websites and see what facilities are available. Government's even paying 80% of your employee salary for every small business. So yeah, there are things that are around. So yeah, it's important to go and check and make use of them, because they are there to help you. And many of us don't do that because we are not aware of it, or we think it's a bad thing to do. It's not. It's government trying to help small businesses so that
Yeah.
small businesses work and the whole economy keeps going, moving. So there's government's interest in it as well, to give you the loans, to give you the platform to carry your business. Because if small businesses collapse, the economy on a whole is going to collapse. So the government has to keep the economy going. So it's giving privileges to small businesses, like paying off their employee salaries, like giving them free interest-free loans. So it's a good thing. Don't think it's a bad thing or it's going to be like a burden on you. Utilize that and make something different out of your business.
Yes, that's very interesting actually. When people they grow, small businesses grow, obviously, then they are not going to rely on benefits. They are not going to rely on unemployment, and also they are going to contribute their services in a better way. When small businesses grow, then country grows. So that's fantastically. You've said very rightly. When small businesses grow, then country grows. So it's in the best interest of a government as well to grow small businesses and to give them incentive. So it's very important. So, in terms of confidence, in terms of getting courage to record their videos for employees, what tips would you like to share with them?
So I started off like I
This is
got very
this is
comfortable.
your areas of expertise. You've been doing it since the last many years, so I think this is something which fascinates you. So anything, any work, whatever you do, you have to have some kind of incentive, some kind of motivation to do it. When we talk about motivation, motivation means when people are getting happy in certain way when they do certain work. So what tips would you like to share with the audience in terms of creating their videos, some more videos, as you said before?
Absolutely. Well, it's very interesting because I started off with basically low or no confidence to be on a video. The way I did it is that the one tip that I can do that can change the whole thing for you is talk on a video like you are talking to a friend. So if you're giving any tip away, for example, or an expert advice away, do not give it away in a very monotone way like you are teaching or preaching. Talk like you're talking to a friend. So think your camera is your friend and you're explaining a concept or an expert advice to a friend and say, this is what I've realized and this is what I do. And if you don't want to go live, keep recording your own videos to keep it in your inbox and practice. Practice, practice, practice. Record 5 videos a day. Don't like them, don't post them. But practice, 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 practice. Videos, 5 minute videos, keep recording them back to it and see what you can improve, and then one day you will be able to post on social media and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, what are your goals in future? Where do you want to
Oh my,
reach out?
wow. So my goals are very big, Shazia, and maybe some of them might, okay, my goal is
You
to
want to, do you
become a
want to change your line in future, or do you want to stay in the same areas like as a high performance business coach? So, what do you want?
I want to stay in the coaching industry, but not necessarily I will stay as a business coach because my aim is to become a celebrity coach. So I am looking at like literally what my goal is to move to Mumbai and settle down because I'm from India and I'm very passionate about my country. So I say to Sam and my husband, and I was like, always want to move to India. And if I can become a celebrity coach and go to Mumbai and settle down, I would. But by that time, I would have generated so much passive income like that I don't have to worry about working. So I will do that, the celebrity coaching as a passion and not business. So my
So,
goal,
what
my
will be
10-year monetary,
what will you be coaching to celebrities when you say celebrity coach? What will you be coaching to them?
what I will be coaching to them is to how to harness their internal strength because that's what people don't realize. They rely on outside sources. They think that if that happens then I'm going to do this and if that person gives me the opportunity, but everything is inside of us. So I want to give them the strength to use their own mind and their own internal strength and give them the confidence that they can do. And in the celebrity world, I think confidence is the biggest factor that matters for people to either be successful or not successful. So
So it's
confidence, using
more
their
type
inner.
of like personal development. Are you talking about personal development in terms of their confidence, in terms of their talking, in terms of their presenting? How do they behave? How do they present? How do they talk? So this is what
Yeah,
you mean, Ritika?
absolutely. Yes, that's correct.
So how many,
More
tell me, how many years you've been in this industry? Obviously, you would have taken some training in terms of your personal development. So how many years you have spent in terms of your own personal development?
5 years now. It started off with, actually, I would say it started off very early, even 10 years ago when I read the book Secret. But then I didn't do much with that information. But I started actively on my personal development journey when I attended Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within. So if anybody doesn't know, Tony Robbins is the
Where was
world's
that?
biggest
Was it in
motivator.
London?
It was in London, 2013.
How many days? 2013. How many days did you attend it for?
It was a 4 day, full on 4 days, 8 a.m. to 10, 11 p.m. So that's something that got me into it, and I started reading books.
How much
I did
did you
more and
spend,
more.
Ritika, on 4 days?
It's about 2 grand, £2,000.
Okay, it's not too bad, is it?
No, it's
So
not because
you
there are
said you.
because it's not a one to one. There are about 10,000 people in the room, so it's still a lot to be amongst the 10,000
But
people. You're
still,
paying
you've learned
2,000.
a lot from that conference, even if it wasn't one to one. But still, it worked out for you. This is what you meant.
Yes, absolutely, it did. It was magics.
That's great. That's fantastic. And I think second training you went on Andy Harrington University, did you?
No, no, that was my second training. I don't know how many trainings I did in between that. Uh, but no, I just
Okay,
really
tell me
wasn't.
about your second training then.
Ah, Shazia, I can go on and on about it. That's going to take us the whole night. So I can just say that I have been probably on courses and trainings. My aim is to learn something new every month. So I delve into a new course or an online training or a webinar
So
or a
every month
or
you've been spending 2 grand?
not really. So you can learn even by reading a book. So I'm saying I learn something new every month. So I do these major events, but I also do a lot of like online training courses. There's an app called what is it? Mind Valley, and that's a personal development app. So there are so many opportunities of courses, personal development courses, and I take like one each month from that app every month.
Okay, that's great to hear. Um, So that's quite a lot of information, and thank you so much for being so much transparent and honest in terms of sharing your knowledge, in terms of sharing your personal journey towards your business, towards your little bit family, and also towards your career as being a coach. So in future, were you telling me you are planning to change? Yes, I think you mentioned about being a coach for celebrity. Is
Yeah.
that what you want to be in your future, or is there any other goal for you?
What I want to be in future is absolutely financially free. So I don't have to work to make money. I work because it's my passion. And celebrity coach is my
What's your
passion. And
qualification,
property.
Ritika? Tell me your qualification in terms of degrees in college and university.
Oh, wow, I'm a master's in journalism. So I've done my
Mm-hmm.
master's degree in journalism, and I've done my master's in. So also done a subsequent
Did
parallel
you do
degree in
it
economics.
from this country, or did you do it from India?
I did all my education, apart from my CMAP qualification, everything else is from India.
So here, what qualification have you received in from this country?
I coaching qualifications, one, public speaking, which I did with you, and the other one is CMAP. It's a certification in mortgage and financial services. So basically, to become like a financial advisor, you have to do that. So I did that as well, and I've done a
How do
lot
you
of
manage
property coaching.
with your one daughter? I think you have one daughter,
2.5 years.
beautiful daughter.
So not it's not easy, Shazia, with mothers, for mothers especially. It's not easy. So I have to send her to full-time nursery. So she goes from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. And nowadays she's home and I'm working. My husband's working. So I had to look for an au pair who could stay with us and look after my daughter while we are both working. So that's how I'm managing.
Okay, so all right, okay. I was just going to ask, do you not share the responsibility for your babysitting?
We do actually. Say for example, I've been doing it all day today because it was my day off today, and my husband's been busy, very busy working. Even now, he's waiting for me to finish this so I can take over my daughter so he can finish his work. So that's how we share a
So what kind of
responsibility.
work
We
your
do have.
husband does it? Is he also a coach, or is he working online, or?
No, he's working for PayPal as a project manager, and they are a global company, so he works odd hours. He sometimes works 10 till 10, 11 o'clock at night as well.
Okay, that's brilliant. Anything else you want to share with the viewers in the end? I really want you to share your last message for this show, for this program. But in future, you will be joining me again because you have been doing wonderfully, especially in this COVID-19. You have coped with the situation, with the changes very well. So we really want to motivate the viewers as well to cope with the changes due to COVID-19. Do not left behind and listen to Ritika, whatever she's shared. It was quite useful information. So Ritika, what you want to share as a last message of today's show?
Well, I am Shazia, as everybody can hear in the interview, very, very passionate about developing personal growth and development. And I say your business is only grow as much as you do. So if you are doing and spending money on just new softwares and new things in your business, but you're not developing your own mindset, as I say, you're gonna be like in a bit of a like friction here because you are not growing and your mind is not growing, but you're putting money into your business. So grow your business, definitely apply marketing strategies, blah blah blah, but at the same time parallelly grow yourself, read books, learn from wherever you can, and carry on growing, because if you're not growing you are dying basically.
Okay, so you mean to say when you give time to your business, you also need to give time to yourself in terms of being healthy, fit, and happy. Because happiness and being healthy is very important. If you are not healthy, you can't give your energy to your family, you can't give your energy to your work, you can't give your energy to your business or to your future or to your community. It's very, very important that whenever you want to give out to somebody, to the society, to the country, to the community, first of all, you have to look after yourself in terms of exercising, in terms of eating healthy food, and in terms of adopting healthy habits. Because when you think positively, when you work positively, when you stay away from negative energy, then this gives you extra energy for you to move on, carry on with your duties. And to become successful in your life. Thank you so much, Ritika. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I really appreciate your precious time that you've joined me. Um, Viewers, in the end, I just want to conclude. I want to just say a few words, whatever Ritika has said, whatever we've mentioned in this program. So it's very important that whatever you are doing, wherever you are, you need to cope with the changing epidemic of COVID-19. You need to be able to market your product online, be visible, and also serve people effectively, speedily, productively. In terms of raising or increasing your skills for high income, you need to stay healthy, you need to go for exercise, take out some extra time, get up early in the morning so that you can spare some time on your health before your kids or before your family can get up in the morning. And also because I've seen many people when they finish their work, when the day is over, then it's very difficult for them to go for exercise because they are already tired, they are already exhausted, so it's not feasible for them to go for exercise. So Ritika has also mentioned about the seven different tips and skills in terms of high performance business activity. She's spoken about online marketing, and also she's spoken about the encouragement and confidence and innovation in the business. Also, she mentioned that you need to find out your partner. You need actually to do joint venture with the other companies who have audience on their online platform, so you can use their platform for your business and you can enter into negotiation. So this means you need to go beyond the limits. This means you need to be limitless. Do not limit yourself in one task or in one business. You can always have multiple businesses, side businesses, multiple skills, and always develop yourself as being in self development. You can read some books. In today's date, many webinars, many seminars are available for free online. You can search for them, you can join them. When you join positive people, you move positively. In the end, I just want to mention some people who have joined us. Shaheen Butt have joined us. Thank you so much, Shaheen Butt, and welcome to our show. Although we are going to be finishing this show now, but thank you so much for joining. Atif Abbasi has joined us. Sayyid Rashid Masood. Assalamu alaikum. Sayyid Rashid Masood has joined us. Thank you so much for joining us and for watching us. And also Danish Azim has joined us. N.S. Shani has joined us. Many people have joined us. Some people we can't pronounce their name, but keep watching for the next show. And also we will be discussing many other points in terms of high performance in your business activities, and also product actually your confidence, your encouragement, your motivation, as well as your innovation in your business. So thank you so much for watching us, and take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your community.